for Brendan and Sarah Rose now. Shout out to them. And then I also went out for the funeral. And when I landed on my plane, I was in the car on the way home. My mom picked me up, and she was talking about something she was excited about, kind of going on about it. I'm like, what is it? And she was so excited. She's like, Zach, we raised the money. I was like, no way. She's like, yeah, we raised the money. And so the money was $4,000 total. And so she was so excited. And, I was kind of excited, but somehow, I always expect things will work themselves out. They have a way of kind of solving themselves. So I knew something like that would happen, but I was still excited for her. And this was the crazy part. It gets a lot better, I promise. This is not the peak of the story. It gets a lot better. So the crazy part is, she's excited. She's happy to see me. Give me hugs. We'll talk about it tomorrow. So we start talking tomorrow, and she's like, Zach, check this out. So she's like, I actually read those pages that you sent me from The Secret about like putting things out in the world and, putting a lot of energy on them, putting a lot of focus on them, thinking about them like they're already done, like they've already been completed. I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I do all the time. I like it. And it's crazy because she put it out there like, that she wants her dad's funeral to be paid for, and she didn't know how it was going to happen. It was going to take a miracle. GoFundMes don't work if you have some big story. She had a few lines. So she practiced personal development. She practiced what I told her to do, and not even 3 days later, $4,000 comes to her GoFundMe page. Granted, she's never had a successful GoFundMe, anything like that. So that was cool, right? It's connected to personal development. And now she believes. That's the best part. Is she's like, I'm all excited. I don't know what I'm going to ask for next. Hey, Karen, awesome to see you. She's like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm so pumped up. I'm so excited. Like, I want to make this work. So here's where the story gets really good. Yes, Rachel, totally try it. Get the book. No one likes reading until you realize it can change your life. Get the book, The Secret. It is an amazing book. Lindsay, hi. Yeah, it's been forever. Okay, so back to the good part of the story. Now, all these things happen great. So we're sitting down at the computer and we're looking at the GoFundMe page. I haven't been looking at the supporters. Some people are saying, I haven't been on Facebook in a while. I'm mostly on Instagram. So I do videos all the time. I do content every single day. I've just shifted all to Instagram, just my choice. So sorry if I haven't been on Facebook. So my mom is going through the donations on the GoFundMe page, and I shared the page for her. She doesn't have a huge Facebook following, and she's asking me, she's like, okay, this person, like $30, this person, $50. And I'm going through each name with her, and she starts, and she's like, do you know this person? I'm like, yep, they're in Vaseo. She's like, do you know this person? I was like, yep, Vaseo. How about this person? Oh yeah, we went to high school together, and he joined Vaseo. So she was going through the list, and 10 out of the 13 donations came from people in Vaseo. 10 out of the 13 donations. Granted, I have 1,700 Facebook friends. I'm not trying to, I hate asking for money. I'm all about earning it. But I said, hey, I'm going to share that for you. And 10 out of the 13 people were from Vaseo. And there's a few things, shout out to my Vaseo family. So there's a few things to take note of here. This is the first one before I continue with the rest of the story. The first one to notice is that speaks to me about the people that I'm connected with in Vaseo and the type of people that they are. When we go there, people ask me, oh, why are you in Vaseo? For the products, or, oh, you think you're going to get rich. There's so much more to it than that people don't see on the surface. And that's that you're surrounding yourself with other great like-minded people who think how you think. Those are the people who believe in tithing. Those are the people who believe in sowing and reaping and know that if you give first, an abundant life comes back to you. And it's so true, and I've learned it, and that's something that I've pulled from just going and learning from other great people who've had success, is that giving is like a key, right? Giving, having a kind heart, having sympathy for people in their hard time. You give and you receive tenfold. And I have a completely separate story where that happened to me, and I'm not going to share that today. But anyways, that spoke to me like, man, I'm in an incredible community, right? All these people coming together, making stuff happen. So we go through 10 out of the 13. We got B-Rose. What's up, B-Rose? I gave you a shout out like a minute ago. Carrie Fever, Rebecca Lewis, how's it going? So 10 out of the 13, we go through and we're looking through these people, right? And there's like $50, $35. Anyone who donated, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But here's the kicker. There was someone, and mind you, I'm pretty sure every single person was not from Viseo, but from Overcome Nation within Viseo, by the way. Thank you, Lindsay. Side note for the funeral, it was a great funeral. It was as positive as it could be for a funeral, so thank you. So, great donations, people come in. There was one person, not to single anyone out because everyone is perfect. I'm not going to say their name, but one person within Overcome Nation donated $3,500 to the cause. $3,500, one person. And I'll say it's not one of the major leaders. It's someone who just did it out of their, I mean, I'm grateful. I know my mom was so grateful. So you know who you are. Thank you so much. That was like incredible to me. Like, wow. And that's what really made me think. You know, someone was willing to do that. And my thoughts are, first of all, my mom's like amazed. Everyone's amazed, right? It's great. And my thoughts were like, it came down to, why did I get into Viseo? And, you know, what did I come here for? So, like, you start thinking about things and how they happen. And if I didn't do this, would this have happened? So my thoughts are, I joined Viseo for a business opportunity. I met a lot of amazing people. I've grown as an individual. I got a great job with, you know, Jeffrey Gittimer. I've got the best health products in the world. It's a lot of benefits. But I think about it. If I never joined Viseo, would my grandpa's funeral have been paid for? Or what if my whole life's, not my whole life's purpose, what if my whole purpose of joining Viseo from the beginning was to cover the cost of my grandpa's funeral? Stuff like that makes you think. And then, like I said, there was another story. And I guess, you know what? Yeah, whatever. This was a good, positive live. Let me throw in this other story. So there was a time where I did a good deed, good act. I don't want to get into details because I don't like to flaunt about those things. I never do, but I'll tell about it because it really turned into something. So I did a kind act. It was under $20. It was very simple. And the next day after I did that act, I had maybe a 2-week slump in my sales job where I had a lot of people ready. No one was buying. No one was ready to buy. The next day, I made a sale for $1,000, and then I had a person call me up saying that they wanted to purchase 50 leads. They wanted to purchase 50 accounts in the Learning Academy, which is like a $50,000 sale. That's huge. That was to be the biggest sale I ever got. So the day after I did this kind deed, that happened. I got 2 huge sales. Later, I went to the gym. I can't name the gym because the guy told me not to name, but I went to a gym in Charlotte, and I was going to cancel my membership because my boss was going to pay for me to do a different membership. Awesome boss. And I go to cancel. I'm talking to this guy. I'm telling him about everything. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I love your gym. Thank you so much. All this and this and that. He's like, what's it going to take to keep your business? And I was like, well, man, I mean, they're paying for my membership. And he's like, you know what? I really like you. I'm trying to build a good culture here at this gym. You've been a great member. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to comp your membership for you. I'm going to zero you out. You're not going to pay anything. And I'm like, dog, thank you, right? So I was so excited. So those 3 things happened, and then 2 days later, this happened. So the one act of kindness I did was $20. I was already paid in full. The commissions from those checks would pay me, you know, $4,000 or $5,000. And then this happened with my grandpa, and then that happened with the gym. It's like sometimes I think that I have the formula figured out, what to do. I read all these books, you know, it talks about success habits, success principles, a few of them for you that even in this story right now to take into account is positive attitude is always important. Speaking things into existence and affirmations are extremely important. And a big one that so many people lose sight of, and I'm getting back in touch with it, is if you have a spiritual belief, I recommend getting into it. I realize now that, like, you know, people like Joel Osteen or people who preach, people who are connected to God, the Bible alone is like personal development. And you plug in, and those principles that they talk about in the Bible, they also talk about in personal development. So for me, it's tithing, giving. I am like the cheapest dude on the entire planet. I like never spend any money, try to keep it super high, super tight. And I've just kind of like given freely without caring about it, not expecting anything back. And it's come back to me in abundance every single time. And it seems so cheesy, so corny, like, yeah, right, is this magic? But you like change your mindset, you get into the right mentality with what you're doing, and like your life will change. It's incredible. I don't know If you haven't experienced it, you don't know. But if you look up people, like just go on the internet and type in manifesting, you will find a whole community of happy ass people where everything goes their way. And if you think about it too, one last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, this is becoming a long live. I had a lot to say. I haven't been on live in forever. If you look for, there's two types of people. You notice you're on your face. Who's blowing me up? Whoever you are, thank you for all the love in the red shirt. I don't know who it is. Thank you for the love. You've ever noticed there's two types of people. There's one person you'll see on your Facebook feed who absolutely hates their life. Nothing but bad things happen to them over and over and over again. Bad things. Oh man, my car broke down. I got a flat tire today. This always happens to me. I got fired from my job. Damn, man, I always get fired from my job. Or, Amar, what's up, baby? I always get fired from my job. I stubbed my toe. That sucks. My life sucks. My girlfriend broke up with me. There's those people where everything negative finds them. And then there's people like me, or people like, man, all the people I follow, all the people I surround myself with, you know, Danny, everyone. I can't start name dropping, but everything good happens to them. They find the good in everything. They pull the good. Yeah, they just pull the good out of everything. So good things happen to people who attract good things. Good things happen to people who think positively and attract them to you. And all the things that, when bad things happen to people continuously, they attract negative energy. Bad things find them every single time because their mentality, their thought process, all these things. So just something to keep in perspective that I've noticed. It's not rocket science. While I'm here, I know I recommended one book. I want to recommend one other book that is going to be a life changer. And I don't like to BS on my books. I'm serious about my books. I showed you, first of all, if you didn't get it yet, The Secret. You don't have to like to read books. I hated reading. I didn't read in middle school. I didn't read in high school. I've been reading consistently for like 15 months. Game changer. The other book I want to recommend, Napoleon Hill, Truthful Living. So I'm blessed. It hasn't even come out yet. It's on pre-order. It comes out October 30th. Go on Amazon and pre-order it. It's $15. If you know Napoleon Hill, he wrote, what was it? Think and Grow Rich, I think is the big one that sold over 100 million copies. This book, Truthful Living, are Napoleon Hill's writings that came out, I think it's 10 years. So his original writings just got published. His writings that were thought to be lost. And basically, the boss I work for is connected with the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and he got exclusive access to be the first person to ever share those writings. I read that book in a week. The success habits are insane. They teach you how to maximize your life. It's not sales. It's literally success principles. And even though it was written over 100 years ago, they are all incredible principles that will literally help you level up your life. I'm not trying to bullshit. It's a $15 book. Buy the book. Trust me. So I think that's all I got. George, what's going on, man? Joseph, Edith, I haven't done a live forever. It kind of feels cool to be back on preaching again. But if you want to watch videos, I still put out personal development stuff like once a week on Instagram. Yeah, my vision board, run it through again for anyone who's come on. I'm extending to it so you can see perspective, right? That's a whole wall. That's pretty big. This is the things currently that I plan to accomplish. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to keep, all right, I'm swearing. My bad. I'm going to keep ranting real quick because, I mean, I got my vision board here and I want to share something else, right? Since I'm already on the personal development rant. So I put all these things up. I have my major influencers, the people that I model myself after. And I wrote right here, it's a picture of me